severe weather is approaching. They exist in the city of Dayton, but you may not have heard them back on May 27th.
And that's because they haven't been used in 2 decades. And 2 months after the Memorial Day tornadoes, city leaders still have no plans to activate them anytime soon. And I spoke to officials about the reasoning. While that's the warning sound, many communities across the Miami Valley heard as 15 tornadoes, many large and violent, approached on Memorial Day. For the city of Dayton residents like Joe Taylor,
we didn't hear anything. If it wasn't for Channel 7, we wouldn't know anything about it.
The lack of an outside warning sound as an EF4 ripped through parts of Montgomery County caused fellow Dayton resident Brenda Jewett to question the mayor and city council on continuing a 20-year practice of not using any sirens.
Because I feel like if there are no sirens, then our lives were put seriously in danger.
But that fear, City of Dayton Deputy Fire Chief Jeff Likens says, is actually not founded because of new technology.
And it made fiscal sense to get rid of them. Obviously, at that time, about 20 years ago, when cell phones started coming around, and there was really more of a shift of reliance on technology to notify people of impending weather.
It's true. Smartphones offer an unparalleled way to warn about approaching storms. Jewett even mentioned that during her testimony.
Had it not been for my cell phone, I wouldn't have known anything.
In Ohio, state public safety leaders tell Storm Center 7 all siren decisions are left up to local governments. Ultimately, Deputy Chief Likens says for the city of Dayton, it came down to cost.
They typically range, including installation, from as low as $25,000 to as high as $40,000 each.
Each siren covers between 1 to 2 square miles. To cover the entire city of Dayton, it would require installing roughly 23 sirens at a cost of anywhere between $600,000 to $900,000. That's not including additional maintenance and operation costs.
On an average cost, that's over $1 million.
From their beginning, warning of the German invasion during World War II, to warning Americans of possible nuclear attacks during the 1950s, to becoming standard tornado warnings in the 1970s. Today, an Ohio emergency management spokesperson told Storm Center 7 most Ohio communities are still using sirens to warn people outdoors to take shelter immediately.
We need to be alerted as early as possible. But again, I think we also need the sirens to tell us.
In Harrison Township, where sirens were sounded as an EF4 hit their community just 5 miles from Dayton, residents told me the sirens are worth every penny.
I don't think Clydes are too costly.
While Dayton is not the only city that does not use tornado sirens, rural areas seem to be the most likely to sound the alarm. The National Weather Service in Wilmington lists Mercer, Auglaize, Logan, Miami, Butler, Warren, and Wayne County, Indiana, as storm-ready counties. In short, this means these counties are highly prepared to warn its citizens of an impending tornado strike.
But I heard nothing.
And for those still wondering, Deputy Chief Likens told me there is another way to fund tornado sirens.
The Homeland Defense offers some funding capabilities for that, but again, that's limited and at about $48,000 each on the high end. They don't offer $1 million funding.
And if you do want a way to find some of those warning signs without sirens in the city of Dayton, they actually do make weather radios that are directly connected with National Weather Service warnings, so you would be able to immediately find out if there's a tornado in your area. If you do have one of those radios, it's a good investment to make if you don't have sirens. Now, we are looking at beautiful